Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel or welcome to my channel. I'm Sharoni and this is Sharoni Reads. First things first, my birthday was a week ago and I carefully demanded, more like threatened, my friends and family to gift me books. Nothing else. Don't. And today we are going to go through the books together and read the preface, and I'm going to guess the plot a teensy tiny bit. And you are going to say me in the comments if I'm right, like absolutely right, oh my god I'm a genius, or I'm dumb. First, we have Murder in the Mews by Agatha Christie. This is gifted to me by my sister, and my sister also gifted to me these earrings. Yeah, she slayed it. So this was on my wish list. Agatha Christie is my auto-buy author and I have all her books listed on my Amazon wish list. I don't even read the this part. I just see Agatha Christie and I put them in my wish list. So I had no idea what this is. I'll read it and now I will have the idea. How did a woman holding a pistol in her right hand manage to shoot herself in the left temple? What was the link between a ghost sighting and the disappearance of top secret military plans? How did the bullet that killed Sir Gervais shatter a mirror in another part of the room? And who destroyed the eternal triangle of love involving renowned beauty Valentine Chantry? Okay, so this is a collection of stories. So there are 4 stories, as you can see. First is Murder in the Mews, the second is The Incredible Theft, then Dead Man's Mirror, and Triangle at Rhodes. This is a detective book. I can't guess the plot, and Agatha, oh come on, I can't guess her plots. They made me plotless. Fun fact, I know nobody asked, I collect her books. I collect Agatha Christie's books. I have a collection. I'm trying to expand my collection to the limit that I have no other books to buy written by her. She will be very proud of me. Next we have Death in the Clouds. This is gifted to me by my best friend, and I actually saw this book last year in an airport, and I really loved the plot part, like the preview part. But you know how airport books are just triple the price that they originally are, so I could not buy it, and I kept it on my wish list for over a year because I forgot about it. From seat number 9, Hercule Poirot was ideally placed to observe his fellow air passengers. Over to his right sat a pretty young woman, clearly infatuated with the man opposite. Ahead, in seat number 13, sat a countess with a poorly concealed cocaine habit. Across the gangway, in seat number 8, a detective writer was being troubled by an aggressive wasp. How do you have a wasp on the plane? Never mind. What Poirot did not yet realize was that behind him, in seat number 2, sat the slumped, lifeless body of a woman. Great. Interesting. I'll get off the plane if it was the case. But he did not. I'm glad he did not. A very fun fact. Yet again, nobody asked. I read it up to, I guess, 70 pages whilst waiting at the airport. I could have finished it if my flight did not come on time. This is Agatha Christie's Elephants Can Remember, also from my wish list, but this time I seriously have no idea what this is. Hercule Poirot stood on the cliff top. Here, many years earlier, there had been a tragic accident. This was followed by the grisly discovery of 2 more bodies, a husband and wife shot dead. But who had killed whom? Was it a suicide pact, a crime of passion, or cold-blooded murder. Poirot delves back into the past and discovers that old sins leave long shadows. No idea. I can just imagine if it's elephants, then I can imagine Africa, or like somewhere where there is a lot amount of elephants, because I have seen her write about of Africa. Oh, also this is like the third book of Poirot, like third last book of Poirot, which is sad. And that is it for Agatha's books. No more of hers, I'm sorry. Next we have Days at the Morisaki bookshop. Oh, by the way, this one and this one and two more books are given by my grandpa. Like, he did not choose them because he sat with me and let me choose the books, but that doesn't mean I read the back. I just had them saved on my wish list because I have heard of them and I have heard they're good. And I feel like Japanese writers just write very good stories. So I have the Before the Coffee Gets Cold series. That's very good. So I bought it. Great book buying skills. From the beginning of summer to early spring, I lived at the Morisaki bookshop. I spent that period of my life in the spare room on the second floor of the store, trying to bury myself in books. The cramped room barely got any light and everything felt damp. That sounds like my room. It smelled constantly of musty old books. Yup, my room. But I'll always remember the days I spent there because that's where my real life began. And I know without a doubt that if not for those days, the rest of my life would have been bland, monotonous and lonely. I feel like it's kind of a slice of life kind of book, where we will just see the protagonist read and we will read about him. Sounds cool. My kind of niche. Next up we have Caught Up, also by my grandpa. This is the third book in the Mile High series. The series I always blabber about. So in the Mile High series, we have the Mile High as the first book, and then we have the Right Move as the second book, and this is the third book. And Liz Tomford is coming out with the fourth book, Play Along, this July. This is about a single dad who is the pitcher of the Chicago's MLB team, Kai, and then we have Miller, who is the coach's daughter. Miller comes to stay with her father for a few days, and in the meantime she like volunteers to be babysit Kai's daughter. Okay. I love single dad romance. I loved all the books in that series actually. The Right Move is my favorite till now. I don't know what will come in Play Along. And the girl is a chef actually. She's a pastry chef, a very high like professional level pastry chef, but she has lost the motivation to make new dishes, and through this babysitting she finally finds her own style and like can make very good recipes. Like, it's very emotional read. I was like bawling my eyes out at the end of the book. It's very sweet, just like her pastries. Now the showstopper. This is also a gift. Are you ready? Okay, a bit of preview. I can't draw shit. Very bad at drawing. I can draw doodles max. If you tell me to take a chart paper and imagine something and draw, I won't. But do I love artists? Yes. Do I connect with the art artists make? Of course. Even if I don't know how to draw that shit. And who is my favorite artist, you may ask? Not Pablo Picasso. It is none other than Van Gogh. Vincent Van Gogh. I first came to know about him through internet. Obviously I saw the study night, so I did some research and I saw more pieces made by him that are way more beautiful. Like the study night is obviously beautiful, that is like the epitome of his career or whatever, but the other pieces are same level beautiful. And I saw every documentary that was present on the internet about him, and there is this book on Amazon which has details of his life and every art piece he has ever made, along with pictures. Now I am someone who collects dictionaries out of passion, and if they are graphic dictionaries, I have many. So the preview was long, but drum rolls. This is a hardcover. And in honor of getting this, I'm going to show you guys the painting that we all know of. Yeah. Are you guys ready? So this is the Starry Night, as we all know. Now I can't find my favorite ones here because even though I know the painting, I don't know the name of the painting. I can describe it's a vase, and then we have sunflowers in it. It's really beautiful. And then we have another one, I guess, of irises or orchids, any one of them, in a field. That's very beautiful. The last book of my birthday gift collection is How to Stop Time by Matt Haig. This is also gifted to me by my grandpa, and I have read his only one book other than this, that's The Midnight Library. The Midnight Library was actually read by me when I was 18, and that book really stuck to me. Like, and at that point of life I was very down, and like there was this darkness in me, and that book really like helped me. So I really wanted to see if my taste has changed or not, because that book has a special place in my heart. And this is also by him. I have seen many people not liking The Midnight Library, which is like logical, because there are many things in the book that's a bit too fictional and like they don't happen, but it helped me. A book helps you when it has to help you. Not anyone else can judge that. Tom Hazard, his last name is Hazard. Tom Hazard has a dangerous secret. He may look like an ordinary 41-year-old history teacher, but he has been alive for centuries. Vampire? Huh? No. Vampire? I don't think so. From Elizabethan England to Jazz Age Paris, from New York to the South Seas, Tom has seen it all. As long as he keeps changing his identity, he can stay one step ahead of his past and stay alive. Interesting. The only thing he must not do is fall in love. So he has not been in love for centuries. Okay. But what if the one thing he can't have is the only thing that might save him? How many lifetimes does it take to learn how to live? See? The view is good. I might like it. Now on to some special announcements. I recently finished this book. It's Love Redesigned by Lauren Asher. You might know Lauren Asher from the Dreamland Billionaire series. Yeah, I love that series. And this is actually the Lakefront Billionaire series. I have actually given the review on Instagram at @saranicore. You can check it out. So this is about Julian and Dahlia, and Julian is this billionaire obviously, and Dahlia is an interior designer, like celebrity level interior designer. So this is kind of a second chance romance book, and Dahlia is not ready to go back to Julian, but Julian, he was forever in love with her, like he never stopped loving her, and Julian helps her get the house and they renovate it together. yeah, so through that they fall in love. It's sweet, and in the ending there are many plot twists, and I love plot twists. I'm a sucker for plot twists. I was crying. I'll insert a video here of me gasping when I read one of the plot twists. So here it is. Yeah, whatever. So love this book. Also, I'm currently reading The Metamorphosis. This I actually got from one of my friends on Instagram. I just saw the first 2 pages. So I have this thing where I read the first 2 or 3 pages of a book, and that really decides the pace that I will have in the book, because if the first 2 pages are very interesting, then I devote that book very quickly. I'm going to suggest books now. Okay, so if you are into rom-com, you should definitely read this book. It has a bit of 21+ scenes. If you're okay with that, then you should read it. And if you're not okay with 21+ scenes, then you should read The Cheat Sheet. That's a very good book. It's a best friends to lovers romance, and it has no explicit scenes in it. It's a closed door romance, as we call it. And if you are someone who is into light reads, you should definitely read this. If the Before the Coffee Gets Cold series, that's also a very good read. I haven't read it, but I feel like it's gonna be a very chill read. You need to sit back and relax and not think much about it. If you are into detective series, read Agatha. Her books are insane. These I can't suggest because I haven't read them, but you should read And Then There Were None or The Murder of Robert Ackroyd. Both are slay books, as you know. And if you are someone who is into a bit of philosophical concepts, Metamorphosis, Kafka on the Shore, great books. And if you are someone who is into poems, you like to read a lot of poems, and you like having collection of poems with you, when you can post little quotes from them, take pictures of the part of the poem and post them, then you should definitely, this is so bad, I'm so bad at promoting, you should read my book. So this is A Garden of Thoughts by me, Sharani, and this is available on Amazon as well as on Kindle. You can purchase it or read it online as you wish. It has 40 poems written by me. This is dedicated to my grandma. She had expired a year ago, and I dedicated this book to her. I have a poem written for her in this book. This has my journey from a teenager when I first started writing poems to an adult, and it has the stages, your first love stage, the heartbroken stage, the falling in love again, the finding yourself, your self-importance, and some tidbits of nature poems. I'm really into comparing natural things to daily life, so please do read it, give it a go. So that is it for today, guys. I hope you loved all of these books, and I hope you read at least one of them. Happy reading. Read a book. I have suggested many, or you can read whatever you want.